dongle and plug that in. So as long as you can get to here, later on we can actually do some stuff with this and make it the session. So this is what we're actually going to master our CDs in. If you've got Logic Pro, Wave Burner comes with it. It's packaged with it. So you get this today as well. Very, very useful bit of software, but we'll talk about this more later in the lesson. So today I'm going to give you a bit of a PowerPoint solely on CDs. And when we talk about CDs or CDs and mastering, you all know from before, talking about gold CDs, like that one. So you'll notice that there's various bits of information written on the CD. It actually says here, PQ coded CD DA production master. Okay, so that's what you have to get to when you're producing your CD to hand in to me. PQ coded CD digital audio production master. You also need to provide one of these, which is called a PQ sheet. When you're sending your mastered CD to the mastering house, to the pressing plant, sorry, not the mastering house, from the mastering house to the pressing plant, you need to send one of these with them, and they check what you've sent them against this and make sure that it's correct. So the PQ sheet is your actual information that you want to be on the CD. And if the CD says anything other than that, then you don't want that pressed as your final master. So you need to print this out. I'll show you exactly how to do this from Wave Burner later. It used to be that we handwrote these, but packages like Wave Burner, Roxio, Jam, they make PQ coded sheets for you. So I'm going to go into what PQ codes are and various different things about CDs and the sort of things that you need to do, not only if you're being a mastering engineer, but also for this project. Okay. Now, I'm going to put all the stuff from today up online because we're going to go through certain things, certain codes, barcodes, international standard recording codes, all sorts of different codes that you need to add into the CD, and why you need to do it and what they are. And I'm going to give you some suggested codes to actually put into your sessions based on, you being students here at Coventry University. So rather than it being the record company, the client is going to be me. Basically, we're going to make up a record company, which is Coventry University, and we're going to put all that information onto the CD, and that's what you're going to hand in to me. So you get a gist of what you do at mastering house. So this is what we want to get to at the end of the day. The other thing I'm going to put on the line is a front cover as well, with the kind of information that you would have on a master CD. There's no standard thing here, but they tend to include different kinds of information, like does it have a PQ sheet with it? Is it a disc at once? Is it a Wave Burner session? Is it a normal audio CD? What kind of CD it is? Has it been barcoded? Has it been ISRC coded? Is it a Red Book standard CD? All these kind of things you need to tick and say to the pressing plant, this is what this CD is. Alright. So I'll put all that stuff up online as well, and the notes from today's lesson, and all the coding you're going to do into the CD. To explain a little bit about what Red Book Audio CD is and coding. Have you ever done anything in your digital audio lectures or in your lectures with Adam about Red Book CDs? Am I the first person to mention this? Okay, good. So I'm not going over things that you've done before necessarily. Have you done anything to do with actual burning CD? So error correction coding, 8 to 14 modulation? No? Is that? Good, okay. Well, I can explain what that is as well. There's a lot of jargon in this. What I'm hoping to do is break some of this jargon down. Some of these printouts are actually taken straight from creative work of putting the CD together. So, as you all know, any of you that have made a CD or done a compilation or DJ CD or whatever you might have done in the past, putting a band compilation together, the track order is extremely important. Song gaps, fade outs are an extremely critical part of the process, and without them, if you don't pay any attention to them, you get something where you actually can, if you like, hear the hand of the person that put this together. It wants to be seamless, and to be a commercial product, it needs to be a seamless piece of work, and that means you have to think about these things. You have to think about the track order, you have to get the song gaps the correct or appropriate length, you have to have fade-ins and fade-outs that sound seamless. So this is something we need to think about when we're putting CDs together. And it can actually make the difference between a very good record and a classic album. In the days when albums were the, if you like, the standardised format, I mean they still technically are, but obviously a lot of you will go now to numerous sites. You can download stuff for free, but you might go to the iTunes store or somewhere and download an album. That album may have loads of extra tracks added in, so loads more than you get on the CD, for example. So this kind of thing, thinking about well-ordered and assembled albums, it's an art that's dying, kind of not as around as it once was. But if we go back to classic albums, Beatles, Rolling Stones, Pet Shop Boys, and even into the 80s, many of the albums that I grew up and loved, like Public Enemy and things like this, they are really, really well thought out, really well ordered, really well put together albums, and the whole thing flows of work. They're designed to be put on the turntable or in the CD player, listened to from start to finish, and it takes you on an emotional journey. It's very, very important. Nowadays, what tends to happen is I buy an album and it'll have the single first, and then it'll kind of go downhill from there. Now that's a record company executive deciding the order of the album, and it's also saying we don't really care. This isn't how this is designed to be listened to. This is designed to be listened to, you play the track you like, maybe record that off, and that's it. We're not thinking about ordering the album at all. So I urge you, if you're ever working with bands, or you're ever putting your own album together, you're ever working as a master engineer, please think about this thing. It's a dying art, and I think it's a great shame that it's not looked about anymore. Some of the classic albums that are available, think about Sex Pistols, Nevermind Bollocks, is about 25 minutes long, both sides. Classic albums are short. This is another thing that's died. It kind of died in the 90s, where you get 13 or more, as many that could fit, tracks on an album. It used to be that when the band decided that the album was ready and was in a listenable version, that's when it was released. That stopped, and then the record company would decide to count the tracks and put them on. So if you go back and listen to some of those classic Beatles albums, some of the others I've named, you'll notice the first thing you'll notice is they are short, which means that the band is putting only their best tracks on the album. They may have written 20 songs for the album, but they're only actually putting their best 7 or 8 on there. Again, something that has died, and I urge you to keep doing that. Yeah. That was about how much you could fit on, but you could actually fit 13 tracks on